can Harden do to put this team on his
Greeny,
back?
I know we want to see a long series, but I don't believe that's going to happen.
Right.
I thought if Joel Embiid was playing, it would be a 6-game series. Without Joel Embiid playing, this should be a 5-game series. And I want to dispel one of the dumbest cliches I hear in playoff basketball.
Yeah.
That a series doesn't start until the road team wins again.
Yeah.
The series has already started. Don't you know that? Y'all down 0-2. What do you mean? The series has definitely started.
Yeah. This series may have ended, candidly, much less started. But look, and I asked you this question earlier, Seth, in the same way. You're a coach. Coach isn't going to give up. I mean, Doc Rivers is going to say, all right, we're going to do this, and this. What are those things?
Well, they're going to have to go small some and spread the court. They're going to have to change defense and try to find a way to keep the Heat off balance for some semblance. Here's the thing. Even if they go small, they don't have a bunch of shot makers. And James Harden, and I understand the aggression thing, Jalen, but James Harden isn't that guy anymore. You know what? Tyrese Maxey might be. James Harden isn't. He can be more aggressive. He can't finish at the rim, and every shot he shoots off of those step backs is a different shot because he doesn't have his feet underneath him. So I think that you got to change defenses. You got to do some things to junk the game up, but this is not a good.
Well, you bring up exactly the point I wanted to get to next year, which is big picture, Jalen. And you know that we'll be talking about this on NBA Countdown a lot, and that is whenever this season ends for the Sixers, both Harden and the organization have big decisions ahead of them. And I guess my question to you is, do you expect the Sixers, one way or another, to max out Harden and sort of hitch their wagon to him for the foreseeable future?
I don't believe they will.
Can't.
And I know people are going to think that's surprising based on the fact they did everything they could to wait for their guy, and they ultimately got their guy. But you don't do like the Lakers did with Russell Westbrook and double down on a bad decision. And here's why. As an athlete, there are different phases of reinvention. The same thing with a public figure. So you see people that have been famous for a really long time, they reinvent themselves. And as a player, like a Tom Brady, you can become a classic, or like a Chris Paul, like a vehicle almost. And so for James Harden, if you look at his Carfax, he's breaking down. He ain't that same player. Chris Paul is a classic car. He's a used car. And let me tell you the difference. The difference is when you ask me, should I give him a max deal? Luka, yes. Ja, yes. Why? Because my team's going to win because I got him. This team can't win because they got him. That's why I say no.
And you're 100% right. And I love the analogy. But you and I also both know that people in the NBA, front office people, are very hesitant to admit mistakes. And so, you know, giving up everything they gave, the big asset, getting Harden, it would be quite the admission of a mistake if they just kind of let him walk out the door here. Plus, they have the built-in excuse. Well, if Joel had been healthy, who knows what we might have done? Does that change anything?
It doesn't, because Joel didn't seem very happy with his lack of aggression either.
Yeah.
He talked about it. And by the way, I could find a lot of people to give $200 million to.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Sure.
There would be they wouldn't lose him for nothing. They would trade him to another team and try to get value in return.
But who's going to pay him $200,000?
$200 million.
$200 million.
$200,000 is more reasonable.
In the shape that he's in, at the age that he's in, the way he defines his game, is that winning playoff basketball?
No, he's still a productive player. He's still an all-star level player on a good team. He's not an all-NBA, MVP caliber player anymore.
Can you get to the
finals? And you know that right now.
Can you get to the finals with him being ball dominant, with his inability, the shape he's in, inability to get downhill, inability to draw two, inability to shoot the way he used to
Where's
shoot?
Jalen going?
I got to hug my guy.
He's hugging Seth now. I've missed this.
Did you say get to the finals?
Yeah.
Like
if Embiid is healthy,
they might not get back to downtown Miami.
No, I get it.
What do you mean?
I'm talking about big picture.
Oh,
no,
if Embiid was healthy, I'm asking you right now. With Embiid, if Embiid is healthy,
no, because the East got better. Just look at what happened with the process. They saw teams past them. Toronto went past them and won the championship. Milwaukee went past them and won the championship.
Right.
Miami won the East. The Celtics are better. The Nets will be better. No, this team ain't positioned to go to the finals.
So that is going to be
the conversation. And you're not paying him the money. He's betting on himself, and he's trying to see what he can do.
But teams do that, though. You know, I mean, teams do think. Teams, if there's one thing I've learned in covering sports as long as I have, the number of times they do things that make no sense whatsoever is a very high number. If I had to bet on it right now, I would bet they still will do it.
And I want to give everyone a fork in the road. Of course, Daryl Morey wants to give him the money.
Right.
Yeah.
But it ain't his money.
That's true.
He got to go to the owner and convince the owner, wow, in 4 or 5 years, we're going to be giving that player $55 million a year.
That's a really
How old
good
is he
point.
right now?
What, 32?
All right. How old is his body?
38. That's what I mean by Chris Paul is a classic, because he's 36.
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.